Here's 10 awesome tips for being a better leader. I guess this is the one big thing if you're going to build any kind of organization, a team. Becoming a better leader is critical to you having the kind of success that I know you want to have. So let's be honest. Being a great leader, it ain't easy. As an effective, inspiring, well-respected leader for your company, the good news is that we've compiled this list of awesome, actionable leadership tips that will have you running your business like a boss, a good one, or a leader, that is. Some are relatively basic, but are important reminders. Others, well, perhaps you've never considered before. Consider these tips when upping your leadership game. Number one, lead by example. That was one of the things that I really focused on, was leading by example. I wanted to make sure that I was doing every single thing that I expected from the people following me to do. I wanted to make sure I was doing those things myself first and was setting the perfect example. I figured that if I could set the perfect example and I had the right people, they'd follow that example and success would ensue. So leaders need to show, not just tell. If you want your employees to be punctual, make sure you're there on time or even early. If professionalism is a priority, make sure you're dressed for success and treat everyone you interact with, both in person and online, with courtesy and honor. Set the tone, and your employees, your teammates will follow it. Number two, a little humility goes a long way. There's a difference between a leader and a boss. While both are in charge, a leader shares a spotlight and is comfortable crediting others. While it might seem counterintuitive, being humble takes more confidence than basking in glory. Your people will appreciate it, and your clients will too. Number three, communicate effectively. It's a big deal. Communication is critical. Your ability to communicate what you expect, what you want people to do in a clearest way fashion so that they can execute and create the situation that you want them to create, and also the situation will help them become more successful. Effective communication is imperative, both in the office and in life. Great leaders make sure they're heard and understood, but they also know the importance of listening. Communication is a two-way street, and making the most of it will have your business, your company zooming forward instead of pumping the brakes. Keep meetings productive. I think one of the things I see in most companies is they have way too many meetings, and they really don't accomplish what they think they need to accomplish. As the saying goes, time is money. So, of course, you should want to limit tangents and other time wasters during meetings. If you trust your team to do their job, there should be no need for micromanaging, and meetings can run swiftly. I think focusing on the things that lead to results, the actions that lead to results, the focus that leads to results. I think the one thing that in any business, what we're all looking for is results, right? More business, more revenue, more success, growth, expansion, all those things. So make sure that every meeting you do has a purpose that leads to one of those things. Number five, know your limits. Even the kindest, most caring leader has limits. Set your boundaries and stick to them. Knowing what you will not tolerate can save everyone in the office a lot of frustration, and keeping boundaries clear means there's no confusion. Number six, find a mentor. Look, no man's an island, as they say. The best leaders out there know when they need help, and they know where to turn in order to get it. Nobody can know everything. So finding someone you trust for advice when things get tough can make all the difference. I think one of the things you can do, too, is by reading the personal development. Whenever you're having a challenge or something, there's always a book or an audio program or something, or even a seminar that can help you, develop the skill sets, the knowledge, the awareness you need to have more success. Number seven, be emotionally aware. While many people advise keeping emotions separate from matters of business, business is ultimately about relationships between people. To make these relationships last, you need to be emotionally intelligent, to be sensitive to different points of view and different backgrounds. When using your head to do what's best for your company, don't forget to have a heart. I think one of the things, there's a book that you can get at hectorlamarque.com. It's called Skill with People by Les Giblin. I would highly recommend that you order that book, and that you read it many times. I tell people they should read it 21 times in 21 days to make sure you absolutely master the skill with people, because That's part of being emotionally aware. That's a part of emotional intelligence. And the most successful people in business and in life are emotionally intelligent. Number 8, watch out for and avoid common pitfalls of leadership. Like, everyone makes mistakes, but some of them are avoidable. Being aware of common mistakes while not focusing on them to the point they become self-fulfilling prophecies can be the first step towards not repeating them. Number 9, learn from the past. To once again quote an adage, those who don't learn from the past are doomed to repeat it. History, recent and otherwise, is filled with examples of successful business models and spectacular business failures. Think about what the people you admire do well and consider what went wrong for those who end their careers mired in scandal or disgrace. Lessons can be found everywhere. I think one of the main things is just, you know what the right thing to do is. Everybody kind of inherently knows what the right thing to do is in every sense. Sometimes the right thing is difficult because, it might set you back a little bit. But doing the right thing is always in your best interest long term, and especially if you want to retain great people in your organization. Number 10, this is one of the most important things. I talk about this relentlessly because it's something that I do every single day. Never stop improving. Great leaders, indeed great people, are constantly learning and always trying to improve themselves. There's always something that you can work on or a new skill to master. Be sure to keep your mind open to new ideas and possibilities. Take stock of your situation. What are your people skills like? Skill with people. What are your sales skills like? How to Master the Art of Selling Anything by Tom Hopkins audio program, right? What are your time management? There's all kinds of amazing time management books available right now that you could go to Amazon and download those and read those. And whatever that is, your leadership skills, John Maxwell, there's all kinds of, John has done so many great things with leadership. You should take a look at all his stuff. He's a prolific writer and has great material with leadership. So if you need to get better, which we all do, we all have unlimited ability, potential to improve and get better. You should be thinking about, how can I get better? How can I be more effective? How can I get people to really understand what I'm trying to do and where I'm headed, and how can I get them to want to follow me or join me or help me in my venture, whatever that happens to be. There's no shortage of information to help you master all the skills you need in order to be successful if you're motivated.